Did you know that respect is way more important than just being polite? It's actually the foundation of all our interactions with others. But what if I told you that your idea of respect might be totally off? In this video, we're going to tackle a huge misunderstanding about human relationships and show you how not having respect can ruin your relationships and even hurt your mental health. Stay tuned for an eye-opening discovery that could change how you deal with people every day. We'll teach you how to keep your self-respect and make your relationships better than ever. And remember, we're eager to hear what you think, so drop your thoughts and stories in the comments section. Let's dive in. Number 1. Lack of respect. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher, once advised, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." If we face disrespect, Stoicism encourages us not to mimic this behavior, but to maintain our own standards and dignity. But what if disrespect isn't just a one-off, but a consistent pattern? Disrespect can show up in many ways: constant interruptions, disregard for your feelings, or belittling your ideas. These actions chip away at the trust and safety essential for any strong relationship. Remember, Stoicism isn't about enduring bad behavior. It's about fostering relationships that align with our virtues. Epictetus said, "Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself." This means we strive to improve ourselves and expect a basic level of respect from others. Seeing these signs of disrespect should be a clear signal. It's harmful not only to our interactions, but to our mental health as well. Stoics believe in protecting inner peace, and maintaining that peace means sometimes stepping away from those who disrupt it. By choosing to distance yourself from negative influences, you're not giving up. You're standing up for your self-respect. Seneca taught us to improve by association, suggesting, "Associate with those who will make a better man of you." This wisdom holds especially true here. Choosing to surround yourself with respect is not just about feeling valued, it's about living in accordance with Stoic values of dignity and self-worth. Number 2, manipulative behavior. Epictetus once pointed out, "No man is free who is not master of himself." In the context of relationships, this means being aware of when someone else is trying to control your emotions or decisions. This lack of freedom doesn't just affect your autonomy, it skews your perception of reality, leading to confusion and self-doubt. Manipulation in relationships might look like someone always steering conversations to make you feel guilty or indebted, or twisting facts so they always come out as the good guy. This can leave you second-guessing your judgments and ultimately your self-worth. It's exactly the kind of situation Stoicism advises us to avoid because it disrupts our internal moral harmony and our pursuit of virtue. Stoics like Marcus Aurelius believed in seeing things for what they truly are. He said, "Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth." In manipulative relationships, this perspective is often distorted to benefit the manipulator. Recognizing this can empower you to step back and evaluate the situation more objectively. The goal here isn't just to recognize manipulation, but to respond to it in a way that aligns with our Stoic principles, with calmness, integrity, and the strength to set boundaries or even walk away if necessary. By doing this, you're not just protecting yourself, you're reclaiming your ability to make decisions based on truth and respect, not deception or coercion. Number 3, constant drain on energy. Let's shift our focus to something we've all likely experienced: relationships that just seem to take more energy than they give back. It's crucial to recognize when interactions with someone consistently leave you feeling drained. This isn't just about feeling tired, it's about how these interactions affect your ability to flourish and grow. Seneca, a revered Stoic philosopher, once said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." This can be a metaphor for our emotional investments. If you're constantly giving more than you receive, you end up feeling emotionally impoverished. A draining relationship can manifest in various ways. Perhaps every conversation with a particular person leaves you feeling exhausted, or your interactions make you anxious or depressed. These are signs that the relationship is costing you more than just your time. It's sapping your vitality and peace of mind, which are both contrary to Stoic ideals. Stoicism teaches us the importance of self-sufficiency and inner peace. Epictetus advised, "Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens." When it comes to draining relationships, what is in your power is your response and your boundaries. Recognizing that you have the power to define these boundaries and enforce them is essential for maintaining your tranquility. Think about this. If a relationship consistently makes you feel worse off, isn't it wise to question its value in your life? The Stoics would encourage us to look inward and decide whether such relationships are hindering our ability to live a virtuous, content life. It's not about assigning blame, but rather understanding that preserving your well-being might require you to redefine or even end these draining interactions. The decision to step back or cut ties should be made with the understanding that your primary commitment is to your own growth and peace. As Marcus Aurelius put it, very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. If a relationship prevents you from maintaining a positive way of thinking and living, it might be time to consider letting it go. By facing these tough decisions, you're not just looking out for yourself, you're also setting a standard for the types of relationships you want to cultivate. Relationships that support mutual growth, respect, and nourishment, both emotionally and spiritually. So let's remember to assess our relationships through a Stoic lens, ensuring they contribute positively to our lives and help us along the path to virtue. Number 4, clash of core values. Marcus Aurelius once reminded us, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." This simple yet powerful guidance can be a compass when navigating conflicts of values. If the actions or beliefs demanded by a relationship go against your truth, it's a signal that the relationship may not be right for you. This mismatch can feel like navigating without a compass in unfamiliar terrain, where every turn and conversation feels like a compromise of your integrity. The Stoics placed great emphasis on living in harmony with nature and one's own principles. Conflicts that shake this harmony can erode our confidence and self-worth over time, when we're constantly required to defend or reevaluate our core values. It can lead to stress, anxiety, and a disconnection from both ourselves and others. Seneca, discussing harmony, said, "Harmony is strength, and harmony is the flourishing of things according to nature." When our relationships challenge this natural harmony by clashing with our core beliefs, they prevent us from flourishing. Recognizing these clashes early on is crucial. It's not about winning an argument, but preserving your peace of mind and ensuring that your relationships enhance, rather than hinder, your ability to live authentically. Addressing these clashes might require setting firm boundaries about what is acceptable in your relationships. Sometimes it may even necessitate reducing or ending contact with those whose values deeply conflict with your own. Stoicism doesn't advocate for a passive existence. Rather, it encourages active decision-making that aligns with one's moral and ethical standards. Making these tough decisions is fundamental to staying true to ourselves and fostering environments where we can live in sync with our beliefs. This alignment not only protects our mental health, but also strengthens our commitment to living authentically. So as we reflect on our own lives and relationships, let's consider how they align with our deepest values. Are they supporting our growth and integrity, or are they asking us to be someone we're not? Remember, Every choice we make is a brick in the foundation of our character, and it's up to us to build a life that reflects our truest selves. Number 5. Impact on mental health. Epictetus taught, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the view which they take of them." This idea is crucial when we consider the effect relationships have on our mental state. If being around someone consistently leaves you feeling stressed, anxious, or even depressed, it's not just the external actions, but how they make you feel that matters. These emotions are signals, indicators that the dynamics of the relationship might be harmful to your well-being. Think about this. If a relationship consistently provokes negative emotions, it's worth asking why you allow these interactions to continue. Stoics believe in confronting and controlling what's within our power, and your emotional environment is no exception. It's essential to guard not just your physical space, but your mental space as well. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This powerful reminder encourages us to take charge of our reactions and, more importantly, our situations. If a relationship is damaging your mental health, recognizing this gives you the power to change the situation, whether that means setting boundaries, seeking support, or sometimes, as a last resort, walking away. The process of recognizing and responding to the toll a relationship takes on you isn't just about self-preservation. It's about respecting yourself enough to say no to ongoing harm. This is particularly aligned with Stoic principles, which prioritize personal virtue and emotional resilience. And remember, the Stoics weren't about suppressing emotions, but managing them wisely. By actively choosing who and what we allow into our lives, we're not just avoiding unnecessary distress. We're cultivating an environment where we can thrive. This isn't merely about finding easy peace, but about ensuring that the peace we do find is robust and enduring. So, if you're noticing that a relationship consistently impacts your mental health negatively, consider what steps you can take to protect your peace. Number 6. Absence of trust. Marcus Aurelius once noted, "He who does not trust enough will not be trusted." This speaks volumes about the reciprocal nature of trust. If there's a lack of trust on one side, it's likely to lead to suspicion and guardedness on the other. In a relationship, this dynamic can create a cycle of fear and insecurity, leaving everyone feeling unsafe and unappreciated. Stoicism teaches us about the importance of living authentically and being true to our principles. Trust is central to this because it allows us to be open and honest, not just with others, but with ourselves. Epictetus pointed out, "It's not the things themselves that disturb people, but the judgments that they form about them." In relationships, if we constantly judge every action or word through a lens of suspicion, we're not really seeing things as they are. We're clouded by our fears and doubts. Rebuilding or establishing trust isn't just about changing how we see others. It's about aligning our perceptions with reality, without the bias of past hurts or fears. This might mean having open and honest discussions about our insecurities, listening actively without jumping to conclusions, and showing consistent behavior that others can rely on. However, if trust seems irreparable, and if every attempt to rebuild it fails, it might be a sign to step back. Stoicism doesn't advocate enduring harmful situations under the guise of virtue. Instead, it encourages us to seek peace and harmony in our environments. Seneca once said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future." This is only possible in relationships where trust exists. So if you find yourself in a relationship where trust is absent, consider what steps you can take to address this issue. Is there room for open dialogue? Can past breaches be genuinely forgiven? Or is it healthier to walk away? These aren't easy questions, but they are necessary. Remember, maintaining your inner peace is paramount, and sometimes that peace requires making tough decisions about who we allow into our personal space. Ultimately, fostering trust is about more than just ensuring relational stability. It's about cultivating a life where we can be our true selves, confidently and peacefully. Number 7. One-sided relationships. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Just that you do the right thing. The rest doesn't matter." This Stoic principle reminds us to uphold our own integrity, even in relationships. We should do our part sincerely, but it's also important to notice if the effort isn't reciprocated. Relationships are a two-way street, and when they become one-sided, they can lead to feelings of resentment and neglect. A Stoic approach doesn't mean accepting whatever comes your way with passivity. Instead, it encourages active engagement with your life and decisions, including recognizing when a relationship is imbalanced. Seneca pointed out, "Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for a kindness." While kindness is vital, it should not lead to self-neglect. If you're consistently giving more than you're receiving, it might be time to reconsider the dynamics of that relationship. Balancing a relationship isn't just about keeping score, but ensuring that both parties feel valued and supported. Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." This profound advice suggests that if you value mutual respect and support in relationships, your actions should align with this value. This might mean having a frank conversation about your needs and expectations, or reevaluating how much energy you're willing to invest. It's important to remember that recognizing one-sidedness isn't about casting blame, but about seeking balance. Maybe the other person isn't aware of how you feel, or perhaps they're going through a phase where they can't give as much. Communication is key here. Discussing your feelings openly can lead to greater understanding and, ideally, a more balanced relationship. However, if after addressing these issues, the relationship remains significantly unbalanced, it might be wise to reflect on whether this is the right relationship for you. As Stoics, we seek to create lives filled with purpose and meaning, and this extends to our relationships. They should enrich our lives, not complicate them with undue stress or imbalance. Number 8. Harmful communication. Stoicism teaches us not to be perturbed by external events, but to control our reactions to them. Epictetus advised, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." When faced with harmful communication, embodying our philosophy means responding with integrity rather than reacting impulsively. It involves setting boundaries on what kind of communication we accept and striving to foster a more positive and constructive dialogue. However, changing harmful communication patterns isn't just about adjusting how we respond. It's also about addressing the root causes. It's important to have honest conversations about why these negative patterns have developed. Are there underlying issues or frustrations that need to be addressed? Sometimes these conversations can be challenging and may require the help of a mediator or counselor to ensure that they are productive and not hurtful. But remember, while Stoicism values peace and harmony, it also values self-respect and truth. Seneca once said, "Speak what you think today in words as hard as cannonballs, and tomorrow speak what tomorrow thinks in hard words again, though it contradict everything you said today." This means being honest and direct, yet respectful, is crucial, even if it leads to difficult but necessary conversations. If efforts to improve communication are successful, the relationship can experience a renewal of trust and mutual understanding, leading to deeper and more meaningful connections. However, if negative communication persists despite your best efforts, it might be necessary to reevaluate the relationship's viability. Continuing in a cycle of destructive communication can be harmful to both parties, straying from the Stoic ideal of living a life of virtue and tranquility. We encourage you to think about how you can use these insights in your everyday life. Change starts with being aware and is confirmed through action. Feel free to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your input is vital to enrich our discussion. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future content. Together, we can foster healthier and more respectful relationships. Thanks for watching and see you next time.